Another beautiful day in Phoenix, Jim.
There we go.
Good morning.
There's a Megan.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I can hear you.
Okay.
Ooh, that looks like beautiful sunny weather. Wish
Yeah,
I wasn't there.
Yuck. Yeah.
So, did you have something you wanted to touch on, Todd? Because I had something that was.
Let's see what you got.
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead and get started.
Okay.
He can multitask.
So I heard this from Mike earlier, and I've been hearing it in and out from clients that I call and in correspondence with. And so I want to touch on what a short sale and a foreclosure are, and the housing crash that everybody keeps on alluding to. And so the first thing is I want to kind of go over real quick what a foreclosure is and what a short sale is, okay? So when a homeowner has negative equity and they know they're upside down, they, back in the GFC, Great Financial Crisis, would throw the keys back at the bank. Or no, excuse me, they would go to the bank and start the short sale process. And what they would do is they would list the house on the market, on the open market, at a price that was below what they owed. And then once they got a buyer under contract, let's say they owe $400,000, they would go on the open market and list the house at, say, $300,000, right? And then they would go through the process of negotiating with the bank, releasing them of that $100,000 delta, and then letting the seller sell the home for the $300,000 purchase price. Make sense? Now, the bank foreclosure was where the sellers would just throw the keys back at the bank, or they would not be making payments, and then the bank would come in and foreclose on the property, take possession of it, and then put it on the open market to sell it. That's a bank foreclosure. So when you hear people asking about where's the foreclosures, where's the short sales, well, any home that is active on the MLS, it's going to either be a resale or it would be new construction. It would be a foreclosure. It would be a short sale. Anything, there's no special area to be looking for. They're all on the active MLS. So if you don't see them on the MLS, they don't exist. Make sense?
Awesome. Yep. Awesome.
So,
good reminder.
Now, in regards to the housing crash, I'm not sure if anybody had an opportunity to watch 60 Minutes last night, and it just validated something that I've been wanting to put out there, particularly to all of my buyers out there when I hear about this pending housing crash. CoreLogic just released some incredible information on a news release. And in 2009, 26% of all mortgages had a negative equity position. Okay? 2009, in the beginning of the GFC, the Great Financial, 26% of all mortgages had a negative equity position. They owed more than what it was worth on the market. Make sense? Today, okay, Q4 of last year, 2% of all mortgages have a negative equity position. Okay? There's a drastic difference in regards to where homeowners were in an equity position today than they were in 2009. That just plainly by the numbers, a homeowner is in a much better position today than they were in 2009. So if a homeowner wanted to get out of their home, they could easily list it, sell it on the market, and make a nickel and move out. Versus back then, when they were in a negative, they just threw the keys away and left, and then it just kind of spiraled on itself.
Yeah, the position where they're at in their equity position knocks out that argument that there's a bubble pretty fucking quickly. Excuse me.
Yeah, I am so freaking tired of hearing about this housing crash that everybody's thinking is coming. At the end of the day, it's about possibilities and probabilities. All right.
It's like the overweight person wishing they could be skinny as they're eating a gallon of ice cream. That ain't gonna freaking happen.
Well, I mean, anything's possible, but when you're looking at the data and you're trying to realize, well, what's the probability of that possibility? It's literally very, very minimal.
Well, that's going to help load our lips with that dialogue to help consult and prepare buyers as well as sellers, particularly, the buyers who will be the sellers looking into this market and where they want to go. And that's pretty much the case in most major metropolitan and suburb markets outside those big cities.
Well, that was the other thing that was incredible. I think it was Zillow or Redfin released the equity appreciation, a home appreciation for 21 last year. And I mean, literally across the United States, every state, had a high single to double digit appreciation factor.
Another topic people are discussing regarding, there's going to be a bunch of foreclosures because of 2020 and the forbearance that was given on people stop making payments, and the foreclosure market's just going to be incredible. Well, it's not going to go to foreclosure because they're going to sell their house before that ever happens, and they're going to either reposition themselves in the job marketplace or whatever the case may be, where they're able to do a cash out and take care of that forbearance. And that's really not going to be a major market to talk about.
No, and actually I was tracking that with Black Knight. So Black Knight tracked all of the, there's different states of a foreclosure. There's the pre-foreclosure, and then there's something else stage. But and that's the one thing I give the government credit for. When they sent all of the helicopter money out, the $5 trillion into the economy, whether it was stimulus checks or PPP, there was the other there was a grant that they sent out to everybody, business owners. You could literally, in the very beginning, there was a gigantic spike on their chart showing that there was this wave of foreclosures, and it in the very beginning of the pandemic, and it just literally fell right off. There's no pending tidal wave of foreclosures coming. And then in this market, when a bank does foreclose on a home, all right, because there are going to be a very minimal amount of foreclosures. I mean, they're out there doing it now, but the banks they're putting that property on at market value. They're not putting it on the market at a discount. They're putting it right what a normal homeowner would list their house at. They're going to their dedicated real estate agent and getting the comps and listing it like a normal resale. There's no discounted real estate opportunities out there. God knows I wish there was. I'd be over it like no tomorrow.
Yeah. Rob, I know you had a couple of things you wanted to talk about regarding closing on appointments?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I had a couple other questions too for topics, but yeah.
Okay, wait, let me ask the other ones first. So do you have a special voicemail or text message that you receive that, you know, you're calling people, they don't answer, and so you have some voicemail that just seems to get them to call back by any chance?
So me personally, when I just call, and after the 6th or 7th, maybe even the 8th call, I'll finally just put a Hail Mary out there. But it's nothing special. It's, you know, you're just trying to put some kind of spin on it to where you're trying to get them to get their curiosity factor to call you back. What's kind of your scenario of what you're calling? Like on a cold lead or something?
Yeah, just calling my leads that don't answer the phone and just trying to either, number one, get them to answer so I can see where they're at, or, you know, number two, see if they're still. Well, that's actually just really it. What's people that haven't answered in a long time? How can I get them to call me back? That are leads, which are cold call leads that I've talked to. That, you know, people get so many calls every day that they just stop answering the phone. So,
You know, if I had a response for you that was accurate, measurable, and predictable, I wouldn't be on this call. I'd be on a seminar, a rotation, selling it. The only thing I could possibly think of is what I've done in the past. That, you know, at least, you know, they may or may not hear it from a voice message or a text. Is one, keep it short. Second, provide an item of value. And third, make it a call to action, and figure out a way that the information has value to them personally. So here would be an example. I call you, Rob, and you don't pick up. Hey, Rob, Todd here. Just wanted to give you a quick update. What's happening in your part of the world? Property values have increased 22.5% in your area. That's a difference of $128,000 year over year. Hey, now is a time to do something. If you're interested, we have buyers that are making multiple offers in your neighborhood. Give me a call.
nice. I like that. Okay. I'm doing things like. Go ahead.
No. I mean, that's what I was just saying. Short, sweet. Here's something of value. Here's how you could get for it. You might be able to use it, and then give me a call back.
Definitely short, definitely call to action, but I would try and put it to where you've got their curiosity to want to call you.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
The other stuff, closing. We've talked about this before. I think I've even brought it up myself. That, you know, getting to the end of the appointment, asking, you know, closing, asking for the signature, and then getting a little pushback, and then I guess, you know, finding that line of where do you push too far. And the reason why I say that is because I go to appointments frequently when they say, yeah, we had some other agent in here and she was kind of pushy, and so, you know, we're definitely not working with her. And so, you know, when you hear things like that, obviously in my mind, I'm not going to be pushing them. I'll just wait for them. You know, I'll push it a little bit, but, you know, how do you find that line of when they don't give you any indicators? And so Todd and I were talking about that yesterday, but, you know, if anybody else has any feedback on how you find that line. And because I have a friend that he just sits there until they basically have told him no, you know, like 3 times, and he's like, okay, well, I'm out of here then.
What was that?
I said I have a friend that, you know, he'll go to the appointment and he'll just sit there, you know, until they've told him no like 3 times, and he's like, okay, well, I'm out of here then. That's it.
Well, Rob, I mean, at the end of the day, I'm just wanting you to get the premium price for your home in a timely manner. I really believe we've got the right person with the right strategy, and I think right now is the right time to do it. I'm here to get it done, and if there's anything that's precluding us from getting this signed, let me know. You know, let's talk it out. But I would push it. I mean, I guess my question to you is, what's your success rate of the callbacks after you leave? I mean, do you have a 90% callback where they've thought about it and they were like, okay, we're going to call them back?
It's decent. It's not horrible, but I think it could be improved, and that's why I don't want them to think about it. I just want to let's get it done. So
Exactly.
well, I guess how do you in a finessing way keep circling back around and circling back around?
Well, there's different types of closing statements, such as, Rob, are you as confident as I am that I can get your home sold?
Yes.
All right, let's go ahead and get started. Here's the pen.
Okay.
Another closing statement is, Rob, after looking at all of I think we come across with the price is going to be where it's at. We're okay with everything. I'm thinking, would the sign go best on the left side or the right side of that driveway? What do you think?
Probably on the left side would be better.
All right, great. Here's the pen. Let's go ahead and get started.
Okay.
No, I want to. Then it comes out. I need to think about it.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh no, Todd. We want to think about it. Well, okay. Now, how hard you go in is going to be based upon the circumstance and the environment and the type of presentation you're doing. Depending on how hard I want to close, because there's different levels of strength going in for a close. If I know that I'm interviewing and they've got a couple other people that they're interviewing and I got pretty much one shot at it, I'm going to go in tough. If it's a referral, which I do a lot of business now, and they're just sort of moving it around and, hey, we need to think about it, I'm going to get a good feeling, I may not go in as tough.
Yeah. That's true. Depends on the circumstance.
It really does. It really does. But in terms of just closing statements, you got to have a couple. You got to have a couple of those closing statements ready to go, and a good comeback. Reading all these sales books, I've come down to believe there's two things that close the sales: your confidence and your enthusiasm.
Okay. I was having a conversation about. Huh?
No, I was going to say, I'm out here on Burn Road, so if I break up a couple bit, I was reading this book and it said, if one person says I'm not going to list with you because you're too enthusiastic, there'll be 9 people that will list with you because you are enthusiastic.
Yeah.
That energy makes a difference. Absolutely.
Absolutely. Yep.
So define enthusiastic, because I don't think it means, oh, hey, Todd, gosh, it's so nice to meet you. I mean, what's the definition of that?
Yeah.
That's a good question.
Enthusiasm can be defined in different ways. Everyone has a different way to produce it. It's just a feeling that they get that you are ready to do business, that you're excited about the outcome, and you are available. How you manufacture that is a little different, and it's displayed through your body language and through your tonality.
A lot of smiling, a lot of eye contact.
And it's an energy.
You just feel it. I mean, like it's hard to explain.
When you are excited about an outcome. Okay, when you're excited, because there's outcomes in your life that you can get super excited about and ones that you're not excited about. The ones that you're excited about, you are more focused on, you love to talk about it, you're smiling, and you feel good when it's being discussed or considered. And so when you go out on a listing appointment and you're like, oh gosh, I got to go on another listing appointment. Well, it's sort of hard to be enthusiastic about that versus, all right, I'm going to get out here. I'm going to list this property. I'm going to treat these people good. And there's a rich reward for me as a result of doing my job. I'm going to go out here and I'm enthusiastic about putting $23,000 in my pocket. I get really enthusiastic about that prospect. And the only way to get to that result is to get charged up and provide a service that is needful and useful, and then be able to present it in such a way that they understand that I'm enthusiastic to get them what they want in order to get what I want. So I think for me, Rob, how I get enthusiastic is because I can see the outcome and I'm excited about the outcome.
Seeing the outcome. Yeah.
And then I can share and articulate that outcome in such a way that it's exciting, and I want that outcome. And if it's mirrored, and if it's a similar or same as the people that I'm teaching to, they want, because I know my audience, then they're going to jump on board because I'm enthusiastic about what they want.
I used to go in with my listings presentations of, oh, please, please work with me. But now I've gotten to the point in life where I don't give two shits. You want my help, you want to get this job done, premium price in a reasonable amount of time, I'm your guy. Let's rock and roll. But if you don't, you wasted an hour of my time, and I'm on to the next guy. I just go in there with, hey, I'm here to help. If you want my assistance, I'll bend over backwards. I do, almost to a fault. I give my all to my clients. But if you want my help, I'm there. If you don't, then you're lost. But I'll tell you what, I'm not going to walk away anymore from a listing for them to think about it. They're going to tell me yes or no.
That's what I can't remember where I read it or listened to it or whatever it was, but I'd like to find it again. But basically the guy was saying that either basically just to go ahead and just tell him no, that's fine. And
yep.
You know what I mean? Let's just get a definite answer here, yep. And if it's no, that's fine.
Yep.
But I have to find that. I can't remember how he does that, but I need to practice that stuff, because what happens to me is I feel bad. When the people are really nice, I feel bad. Like, oh, I don't want to press them. These are nice people. And they're so nice that they're going to list with somebody else and that's like Todd said yesterday, it's really a disservice. It's too bad that I was so nice that I left and I let them get helped by a different agent that's not going to do as good a job and doesn't care as much as I do.
Totally agree. It's funny that this is what's funny. There was this triplex. I listed the middle unit and of condos. We listed the middle unit. The complex was not FHA approved. We went through a shitstorm of getting that complex. We got it under contract with an FHA buyer. Long story short, I had a lender. He said he'll help me get it approved. Blah blah blah. We moved heaven and earth get this place approved FHA. They referred us to the in unit neighbor. And so we went over and we did our listing presentation over with them. We told them that, hey, we did all this work. We got it FHA approved. We're your guy. We're going to get you. I believe we said we were going to list it at 4.25. And anyways, that was the last time I've done a let me think about it. I will never do it again. And just tell me no to my face. And anyways, he ended up listing it with somebody else, and he sold it for $410.
Oh man.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm not I'm not gonna let people think about it. I know what you're talking about. You want to be nice, you want to be professional, but at the same time, just let I'm human, you're human. Just here's my cards. Let me see your cards. If we want to do business, let's I'm your guy. If not, that's fine too.
Yeah, there's the old Mike Ferry script. At the end of our meeting, one of three things will happen. One, you'll decide to list with me, okay? Second, I'll decide not to take your listing. Or three, neither one of us are going to agree on price or terms, and that's okay.
I like that. Lots of. I need to make like a sheet of all this stuff and learn it all, and then just that way it's in your toolbox.
Yeah, you'll decide that I'm the right person. I'll decide that this isn't going to work. This is as much my decision as it is your decision.
That is correct.
And I believe, truthfully and honestly, that if we can figure it out and it feels good and it works good and it's all fair and reasonable to everybody, we can secure an outcome, and then we can go ahead and get started here today. How does that sound? Great. And then at the end, they're saying, well, we're not sure. I'm not sure what we're. Okay, well, if you're not sure, what is it specifically that it is you need to hear, or see or feel that could help you make the decision and move forward? Because I'm on board. What have you missed?
What can I help clarify?
Yeah. Let's bring this out.
Yeah.
I'm okay if I'm not the right date.
Yeah. You're a big boy.
I'm okay if you don't want to do business with me. Let them put it back onto them, and let me watch them freaking squeal. Watch them squirm. Why am I not the right person? Put them on the defensive.
Is there anything wrong with that? Because I don't mind doing that. Like, okay, because I take people
at
down.
That point in time, it's okay to walk away. I'm okay with, if they're a no, I'm not sure. Well, then I got to either up my game or go back into the presentation, and maybe I missed something in the presentation, and I can use some language to modify where I'm at to get out of closing to go back into presentation mode. That's easy to do. There's some language techniques to help modify that conversation to get back on point, and then come back and revisit this close later. You don't always have to slam down a close. Maybe they're just feeling uncomfortable. And sometimes I've said this before, you know what, folks? It's hard to make a decision like this. It is a lot of money. And the reason you may be feeling uncomfortable right now is because it is the right decision.
In the beginning of my presentation, I used to do a trial close, and I kind of stopped doing it. Do you guys ever do that? Maybe I should re-implement that. I don't know.
Yeah, trial closes are fantastic. They're checkpoints along the way to verify that you are moving in the right direction to culminate, to finish the presentation with a yes. And then you can go back and verify all those check marks to help close the deal.
What's a trial close?
It's a very good sales technique.
Like, so what I do is I ask people, I sit down, I don't tour the house first. I sit down and I ask them a bunch of questions, because first I need to figure out if I need to spend time touring the house or if we can even get along. But so I ask them and just see, I ask them a bunch of questions, and then I say to them, okay, got it. Well, let's go. I haven't shown you how I do business yet, but I'm going to in a few minutes. But I'm just curious, by the time I'm done here today, if you're convinced that by doing business with me that your house would actually sell, that you would get absolute top dollar for it, that we were to avoid any of the bad things that you said you didn't want to happen when it comes to working with the real estate agent. And then assuming the amount that I handed you on the check at the close of escrow, was attractive to you, would there be anything stopping us from doing business today? And then whatever they say is what they say. And they say, okay, great. Well, let's go take a look at your house. And I used to do that all the time. And I don't know why I just kind of stopped doing it, but I might need to re-implement that. Because whatever they say gives you time in your brain while you're looking at the house that you've seen 10,000 houses and they're showing you the date on the water heater. You can think about, how am I going to close this, I guess. I don't know.
That's a big thing in my history, is to break that pact. You know, they've made a pact before that you got there, that they're not going to sign anything today, that they're going to think about it no matter what you say. So you've got to give them the option that, if, you know, to give you a fair opportunity, but you got to break that pact that they've created, or at least address it.
I gotta go, guys. See ya.
Okay. See ya.
Make it a great day in real estate.
See you, Todd.
Make it a great day in real estate.
Yeah. Can't get out of here. Ah.
Right on.
All right, guys. Thanks for the talk today. It was good.
All right,
Good
you guys
stuff.
have a
You
good
guys-
day.